Hello guys, welcome to my live stream. Obviously it is today versus today is Man United versus Brighton. I'll give you a team lineup in just a sec. Sorry about a bit of the nightmare start. It weren't my fault, it's the computer I'm using, something went wrong somewhere. But anyway, I'm live now. If you've got any questions, I'm just setting up so I can see all your questions and comments. Right. Yeah, so I can see you now, I can see all your comments. I'm just about to give you the team news for today's game. And obviously, so I'm going to start with Manchester United. And they've gone with De Gea, Valencia, Lindelof, Smalling, Young, Matic, Pogba, Mata, Rashford, Martial and Lukaku. And on the bench is Zlatan, Scott Matop, sorry if I mispronounced your name, Fellaini, Romeo, sorry if I mispronounced your name as well, Mkhitaryan, Rocco and Herrera. Now Brighton have gone with Matty Ryan, Bong, Dunk, Duff, Bruno, Knockhart, Stevens, Popper, Solly March, Groves and Murray. And on the bench we have Izzy Brown, Kyle, Connor Golston, Tim Krul, Jose, Tom Mohamed and Charlotto. So that's today's lineups. Right. So before now between and I'll go off roughly about 2:55. I'm just going to address a few things. Between obviously both clubs. Obviously the last time we one of the biggest moments in our career. So I'm going to do that all for you now. Anyway, whatever the way the result goes, I hope the Brighton fans that made the journey up there is having a good time. Safe journey back as well. But I'm going to start with the 1983 Cup Final. Obviously it didn't go our way. I weren't born then, but my dad's told me all about it. About that last missed penalty from Smith, I believe. Obviously I spoke to him about it as well. It was quite an easy. He should have put it away, but obviously, and I want to ask you Brighton guys something as well. Do you believe if they won the FA Cup, we still would be on the same journey that we have taken over the past 20 years from losing our Goldstone ground to the MX? Put your comments in so I can see them, and because I'm interested to know what you think, so put it in the comments and I'll read some out. The last game Brighton played is Stoke. Obviously not the way we wanted it to go, but not the way we wanted it to go. I think we were a bit sloppy at the back, especially that first goal. Do I think it's a penalty after I've seen it? I say it's a 50-50 call. Slight bit of contact, but obviously didn't go our way. So, you know, some penalties do, some penalties don't. I've got the Leeds game on. They're 2-0 up. with 14 minutes left to play, so I'll keep you updated on that game as well. Right, Man United have recently played Basel and Newcastle. Basel in the Championship League and Newcastle in the Premier League. Now, I lost 1-0 to Basel. I've heard it's a penalty shout. I haven't seen the thing yet, so I can't comment on that. But I lost 1-0 to that, so we're on a bit of a downer. And then they played Newcastle the previous weekend. Obviously 4-1 win for United, so I think they're on a bit of a 50-50 at the minute. Obviously Newcastle is always a great game to watch. I unfortunately couldn't watch it, but it was a great highlights to watch as well. So that's what's happened previously. Obviously, next up for United is Watford away. Obviously, we've been there. It's a tough place to go to. Excuse me. We've been there. Tough place to go to. Hit the post twice. We had a red card as well. So it's, you know, it's one of them things. But they got them away next. And then obviously us Brighton fans have got Crystal Palace at home. Now, for anyone who watches this after the live recording's gone out, and you can watch it after it's been recorded, we've got Palace at home. Now, for you that don't know about the Palace rivalry and Brighton, as far as I know, and as far as what I'm going on, sorry if I mispronounced your name by this, but it's all when Al Mallory and Terry Venables were Tottenham players. Al Mallory got the captain's armband over Terry Venables. He weren't too happy with it. But anyway, in the 70s, Al Mallory took charge of Brighton and Terry Venables was in charge of Palace. And that's how I know it's roughly started. If you know any more, put it in and I'll try and read it out. I'm looking forward to that game. There will be a vlog coming up on my channel for that game as well, so make sure you subscribe for that. Subscribe for more. There's a lot of content coming up on this channel. We've got Liverpool at home, then I'm going Chelsea away, I'm going Tottenham away. We've got Bournemouth coming up in the new year. So that's a lot of travelling for us Brighton faithful. Obviously Christmas period, it's tough anyway, but considering it's our first season in the Prem, I think we're starting to learn how much travelling there is to do as Brighton fans. Obviously we do a lot anyway because we're right on the south coast, so any away game is a bit of a travel, either down to Southampton and Bournemouth. So obviously a Christmas period, quite busy Christmas period, so make sure you subscribe for more. My effects on today's game, I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be more Brighton trying to defend and plan the counter. If you've seen my my talk tactics, it's as I said, I think it's going to be like when we were West Ham away. And obviously you read the teams, I will do it again in a bit. So today's game, 80 of 1,000 or 70 of 1,000, something like that. Obviously a lot of Brighton fans gone up there. Hope you enjoy your day. You know, it's Man United. It's been the same there since I can remember. I think the only thing they've done is like build it. Now I always say Brighton and Man United have got a single history, all because when the Munich air disaster happened, they had a ground but they didn't have a team. Now I say we roughly had the same sort of thing, and we lost our ground but we did have a team, just about. So these are the two clubs that I say have got similar history. So you, what other 3 o'clock kickoffs we got coming up? Don't forget, put your questions in as well. I'll get some shouted out. I'm just getting the other 3 o'clock kickoffs up. Newcastle got Watford at St James's Park. I think that'd be a quite fair game. Newcastle home advantage under new owners though, so could be a little twist in there. Crystal Palace have got Stoke at Selhurst Park. Now we just played Stoke and made it difficult for us. I'm going to tip off with a Stoke win, just about, purely because if they play like they did down here, I think Palace are going to struggle to hold them off a little bit. Now we've got Spurs West Brom at Wembley, obviously because they're not at home. So you've got Spurs and West Brom. I'll go tip it off for a Spurs win. When West Brom came down here, ours is quite a big pitch if you haven't been down here yet. But we have got to play you down here. I hope you enjoy your trip down here. So it's at Wembley, so I'll tip Spurs off with a home win. And then Swansea Bournemouth. I think that's going to be quite tight, quite cagey. So I'll go for a draw that one, and then evening kickoff you've got Liverpool Chelsea. I can't really call that one. I would go Chelsea, but then because it's at Liverpool, I would go Liverpool as well. I think that's going to be a tight game. Right, there was one thing I was going to go over. Let's see what formation. I think, as I said, if you've seen my talk tactics, they're pretty much a 4-5-1. Excuse me. Man United, and I think we've gone with a normal 4-4-1 formation. So that's the way the two teams lined up. So now we have got. Hold on, I'll get it back up. We have got 41 minutes to kick off, so you've got about 36 minutes left of me. Guys, if you do enjoy this live build up to kick off, give it a big fat thumbs up. Let me know when I try and do some more in the near future. And obviously we've got the World Cup coming up in this next year. So there will be videos of that as well. So now we got. Let's see how the other teams line up. I'll try my best with this. So Newcastle are playing Elliott, Yabai, Clark, Ritchie, Shelby, Dwight-Gale, and I can't remember it. That's a few of their players they're playing. Watford are playing with Gomez, Cleverley, and Gray, and Hughes. So that's a few of their players they're doing. Crystal Palace is Hennessy. That surprised me. Ward, Thompson, Sacco, Loftus-Cheek, Kabay, and Sahar and Townsend up front. Grant, this is Stoke. Grant, Doof, Fletcher, Allen. So yeah, quite a few. It's definitely looks like an interesting game. Right, so I'll go for Brighton Man United team again. Obviously, just in case you haven't heard it, I've gone with De Gea, Valencia, Lindelof, Smalling, Young, Popper, Matic, Rashford, Mata, Martial and Lukaku. And Brighton have gone with Matty Ryan, Bruno Duff, Dunk, Bong, Knockout Stevens, Popper, Solly March, Groves and Murray. Do I think it's going to be tight? Yes. Do I think it's going to be easy? No. But guys, if you haven't made the trip up there, enjoy it. Obviously this is why we wanted the Premier League for. We wanted to get out there to play big boys like this. Now we have played the blue side of Manchester down here. We haven't played them away yet. We're playing the red side away and then we're playing them down here, the second to last game of the season, and then we've got to go to Liverpool away. So, you know, it's got to be tight. Right, I'm just going to go over the Championship fixtures. There's Middlesbrough, Derby, Burton Albion, Sunderland, Fulham, Millwall, Hull, Bristol City, Norwich, Preston, Reading, Sheffield Wednesday, Villa and Ipswich. Sorry if I mispronounced that slightly. Wolves, Bolton, Sheffield United, Birmingham. That's a late kick-off. That's going to be a tight one. I'm just trying to get any bit of news through. Please do excuse me, it's my first time. I am trying my best. Bearing in mind this is the first time I've been live since my 24-hour charity event as well. That's the lineup. Oh, the team's Brighton team was at going into Old Trafford 6 minutes ago. So this is the only change, which is March has gone in for Jose, and Kyle's on the bench with Hamed. So I'll redo the bench for you. Right, start off with United. Ibrahimovic, Makatomi, Fellaini, Romeo, Mkhitaryan, Rocco and Herrera. And then you've got Brown, Kyle, Golston, Tim Krul, Jose, Hamed and Charlotto. So it's quite not a lot of changes there. Now someone was to ask me about what game would I rather win, over this or Tuesday. I'd rather go Tuesday. Obviously bragging rights at stake for us as well. Leagues are still 2-0 up with about 2.5 minutes left to play. So I'll rather go Tuesday win. Obviously bragging rights at stake as well. So you got that at stake as well. I'll just go recap on the league table. Man United in second, we're in 9th, Stoke's in 15th, Palace is bottom. I'm only going to recap them 2 fixtures, obviously because we're playing them on Tuesday. Palace are bottom with 5 points, Stoke are 15th with 13 points. We are 9th with 16 points. And Man United are second with 26 and are currently 8 off Man City. So we're trying to keep that in mind as well. So it's literally coming down. It's 34 minutes till kick off. I'll be leaving you at roughly 10 to 5 minutes to. Don't forget, this is why we wanted the Prem. So it's all the big clubs. Do I think we survive? Yes. Do I think it's going to be easy? Not really. We're going to have to push our weight. I'm just looking at a couple of videos now from Old Trafford itself. The players are out, I can tell you that, they're warming up. Guys, if you have gone up there, I hope you have a safe journey back. So I'm just going to go over what I've been over. Is that 1983 we drew the first leg. Don't forget, in the olden days I used to have replays in cup finals. Unheard of, I know. But do you think if we right, Barnsley lost 2-0 to Leeds. Now, do you think if we got knocked out of that cup final, would we have lost our ground? That's what I want to know. Obviously, I weren't born then, so I can't really say much. Now, Brighton previously played Stoke. Do I think a point was fair? Yes. Do I think it's a penalty? I still say it's 50-50. The only reason I could think he gave it is because the FA is trying to stamp on diving. If you dive, you get a penalty, but then you get found guilty, you get a too much ban, like that Everton player has. So that's why I think he didn't give the penalty. But you make your own mind. Was it a penalty? Was it not? Put it in the comments below. And then Man United had Basel and Newcastle, where you lost 1-0 to Basel in the Championship League. Apparently They score from a penalty. I haven't seen the penalty or the shout, so I can't say nothing. So, you know, I can't really comment on that. Man United have next got Watford away. Now we have been to Watford. I was there. I've done the vlog. I was at 30th hour knockout. A 0-0 draw. We hit the post twice. I think we might have had a penalty shot there as well. Oh yeah, we did, but he gave it an indirect free kick. So we've been there. We know how tough it is. But I think Man United start going on a bit of a 50-50 spell at the minute. Now next we got Crystal Palace at home. Now for you that don't know the rivalry, it is the it all started in the 70s where Al Mallory and Terry Venables was in charge. Al Mallory was Palace, Terry Venables was in charge of Palace. But it all started before that because they were teammates. They always competing against each other. Al Mallory got the captain armband, Terry Venables didn't like it very much, and that's where it all started. Pretty much. I mean, we played Palace in the 1920s and 1940s. In 1951 we played we played two games back to back. One on Christmas Day, one on Boxing Day. You won't see that these days. Also back on the 83 Cup final, Smith with that miss. I've seen it. I think he should have scored it. But unlike today, the balls ain't as light as they are today. So that's, and then they beat us in the replay 4-0. "28 minutes to go till kick-off now, so I'll be leaving you in about 20 odd minutes. Actually 27 minutes to go till kick-off. Okay, right, so if we were to lose one of the next two games, I'll either lose today and then win against Palace. I know a lot of Brighton fans ain't gone up there thinking we're gonna win. They've gone out there, enjoy the experience. I hope you do enjoy the experience too, guys. Obviously you've got the statues up there now. You got Sir Alex Ferguson stand up there. So you got all that. You got the big mega store as well. So I hope you enjoyed the experience, guys. So now we've got 26 minutes 25 seconds till kick off. Now going back to Brighton, I know a lot of you saying about when we were at the Wooddean. Now I'm pleased to say we did play at the Wooddean, purely because even though it's only meant to be temporary, then it turned into be 12 years. We had promotions there, we had relegations there, we had upsets. I think we beat Man City by an Alan Virgo goal as well. You know, we went through the hard times there. I was a mascot there for Brighton. And I can't remember who it was. I think my first ever game was against Stoke. You'll be able to see that if it's in my vlog, if you watch my vlog. Oh, we're just showing the Brighton highlights. Just so Stoke's first goal. Duffy's peeling for the offside at Stoke's first goal. I don't think it was. No, just coming up with a formation with the team lineups on here. Right, so we got, how many minutes we got? We've got about 15 minutes to go. Guys, thanks for watching this with me. It's my first time. If you like this, give it a big fat thumbs up. I'll try and do more in the future. Obviously got the World Cup coming up. Hold on, just came off a bit of news about Man United. Another thing about Man United is the thing that Joe says down a lot in the press, which is apparently Phil Jones has 6 jabs while he's on international duty for England, and now he's out injured. The Man United boss don't seem too happy about that. As I say, I think playing international friendlies is a bit of a weird idea. Why risk you getting injured on a friendly while you've still got a league to play? But that's the way it goes sometimes. I still wouldn't play international friendlies. Fair enough if the end of the season is in and you want to keep them fresh, fair enough. But not during in season. Oh, sorry, I can't stop yawning. Yeah, so that's a big hoo-ha going on at the minute. Our next international friendlies is in March. Now, something comes out. Man United have never lost to Brighton since the first. Okay, so we've never beaten them since 1983 at home. Oh my God. Man United have never lost to Brighton at home since the first league meeting in March 93. 83, sorry. Okay, what else did it go on about Brighton? Brighton are unbeaten in the last 5 Premier League games. Groves have been involved in 8 of the 13 Premier League goals this season. Right, so coming up to the last 10 minutes. Chris Coleman taking a Sunderland job, do you think that's a wise move? I don't think that was. I think I would have stayed as the world's boss. Only trouble is with that is they're in the Championship, fighting for their Championship status. I think Sunderland is more of a something's going on with the board. They're going through too many managers for it to be the manager. I personally think it's something to do with the board. Right, so I'm going to go through the team lineups one more time. So Man United are starting with De Gea, Valencia, Lindelof, Smalling, Ashley Young, Pogba, Matic, Rashford, Mata, Martial and Lukaku. Now on the bench for United is Romeo, sorry if I mispronounced your name, Rocco, Fellaini, Herrera, Mitosh, Mkhitaryan and Ibrahimovic. So it took a while to get the word out there. Brighton have gone with Ryan, Bruno, Duff, Dunk, Bong, Knockhart, Stevens, Popper, Kyle. No. Knockhart, Stevens, Popper, March, Groves, Murray, and the benches Tim Krul, Connor Goldstein, Charlotto, Kyle, Jose, Brown, and Hamed. Right, 10 minutes to go, guys. Guys, if you have gone up there, hope you enjoy the game, enjoy your day. Try and bring the 3 points back, would be much helpful. But if not, don't worry, I'm more focused on Tuesday. That's one period where I am down here and not up there with you lot. And obviously I could do this live stream for you as well. So we've got literally, about 10 minutes to go. I'm going to put my timer on. Right. Right, so it's actually coming up to the 8-minute mark now. So let's just recap on our fixtures. I'm going to run through all December as well. So we play United today, home to Palace on Tuesday, home to Liverpool on Saturday, away to Huddersfield, away to Tottenham, at home to Burnley, at home to Watford, away to Chelsea, away to Newcastle, and that ends our December, and then we start January off with a home to Bournemouth. Now if I go on through Man United quickly, because that's who we are playing today. We're playing Watford away, Arsenal away, at home to CK Moscow, at home to City, at home to Bournemouth, away to West Brom, away to Bristol City in the Cup, away to Leicester, at home to Burnley, and they're at home to Southampton. So that's their December record as well. Guys, we just got over 6 minutes left. I'm going to run through what I've been doing in this thing. I will try and get better at this if I do another one. So I'll speak about the 1983 Cup final. Smith, which should have been a goal. He should have put it away. Do you think if we won that FA Cup we would have gone through of losing our ground and nearly disappearing? Put a comment on it, because I'd like to know what you think. Brighton, we have previously played Stoke at home. Do I think it was a penalty? I'd say it's a 50-50 shout. I think one reason why the ref didn't give it is because they're trying to clamp down on diving. We're trying to clamp down on diving, as I said, and if you get a penalty, like that Everton player did, he got a penalty, scored it, but then he's got 2 games suspension. Well, he might have been suffering the same fate, so keep that in mind and why the ref didn't give it. Now, Man United have previously played Basel away and Newcastle at home, played Basel away in the Championship League. And then they before they played Newcastle at home at Old Trafford. They lost 1-0 to Basel on a penalty. I ain't seen the penalty, I ain't seen the shout, so I can't comment on that. And then Newcastle, they won 4-1. That's always a good game to watch. I couldn't watch this one, but I've seen them in the past. They're always a good game to watch. And then Man United, next got Watford away. Which we've already been to. Obviously we hit the post twice there. We had a penalty shout, but the ref gave an indirect free kick. And obviously we came away with a 0-0 scoreline. I think that's a good point, none of the least. Our first away point of the season. And then next up for us is Palace at home. Now the rivalry, if you don't know about the rivalry, as far as I know, how it started, it was between Al Mallory and Terry Venables. Al Mallory was captain of manager of Brighton, and Terry Venables was manager of Palace. But when their teammates, the manager had a shout between Palace and not Palace, Al Mallory and Terry Venables as captain. The manager made it Al Mallory instead of Terry Venables. Terry Venables didn't like it much, but I always used to compete. So that's why that's why I think the rivalry started. Right, I'm just going to run through the teams just one more time, very quickly, and I'm going to come off. I'm going to try and enjoy the game, listening to it, or that's more likely what it's going to be. I need to get all set up as well. No, why don't I just do this, do that. So, you have got De Gea, Valencia, Lindelof, Smalling, Young, Pogba, Matic, Rashford, Mata, Martial, Lukaku. On the bench they got Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Mitos, Fellaini, Romeo, Mkhitaryan, Rocco and Herrera. And they're planning, as I said, if you watch my tactics talk, they play roughly 4-5-1, but then they can change the formation. And if you're watching the game up there, you'll see that, and hopefully you're seeing the highlights tonight as well. Right, so for Brighton it is Matty Ryan, Bruno, Duff, Dunk, Bong, Knockhart, Stevens, Popper, Sonny March, Groves, Murray. On the bench is Izzy Brown, Kyle, Golston, Tim Krul, Jose, Hamed and Charlotto. And one of the bits of the breaking news for us is that Kyle is on the bench. So you got Kyle on the bench with Brown, Connor Golston, Tim Krul, Jose, Hamed and Charlotto. So that's the two teams. As I've said in this thing, but I'm just saying you're just joining us, I'd rather lose to than go win Tuesday. Obviously bragging rights at stake for us as well. So right guys, I have literally got 1 minute and 25 left. I'm gonna stay on for this last minute. So enjoy the game guys, wherever way you're watching it or listening to it. Remember, this is why we wanted the Premier League for games like this. So we go to lots of Man United, obviously Tottenham's at Wembley, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, all them sort of clubs, plus the small ones as well. So don't forget, right, I've got 49 seconds to go. Guys, enjoy the game. So I'm just going to go through one more time what's coming up next for us, which is Palace at home and Watford away for United. Watford away, obviously we've been there, played there, had a penalty shout, got called as an indirect free kick. So you had that up there. We hit the post twice, and we came away with our first point in the Prem. Now, Palace at home for us. Palace at home is obviously bragging rights at stake as well. Right guys, I'm just going to redo this Palace thing and then I'm heading off. So Palace at home is a rivalry, far as I know, because Al Mallory and Terry Venables. Al Mallory was made captain of Tottenham. Terry Venables didn't like it much. They've always been competing. So in the 70s, Al Mallory was in charge of Brighton and Terry Venables was in charge of Palace. Now, that's how I know we became rivals. But if you know anything else, comment below guys. Alright, this is the end of the build up to kick off between Man United and Brighton. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this, give it a big fat thumbs up, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching and ciao for now. Oops.